The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie, and we will keep you updated the second we know everything, as we broke the news last week about the Smashing Pumpkins Green Day Rancid Stadium Tour. It will be in Chicago next year. Just no ticket information, no dates exactly yet, but the second we know it, we'll pass it on like we always do, as we broke that news in Chicago last week. Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. Now, time for something we know about, the 1975 Sunday at the Allstate Arena, and you will meet the 1975 if you can answer these three questions about the last hour of radio here on Q101. So, three questions about the hour, things that we talked about, or things that just kind of came up, I should say. Not planned, but just kind of happened.
Nope, nothing's ever planned.
No. For example, question number one. What song did Brian dance to on TikTok? Question number two. What song was Kenzie's husband not allowed to play as a DJ at high school dances? Question number three. What movie did Brian spoil this morning? 312-591-8300. You can answer all those exactly correct, and you are going to not only be at the 1975, but you will meet them.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And I want to remind everybody we're doing the Know the Show Hour with the questions for the 1975 tickets, and you'll meet the 1975. But we're going to launch Ticket Blitz Thursday at 8:20 with more tickets for the 1975. So do not go anywhere. Everybody's got a shot at it, despite the people that called in here that may have the answer to the glorious questions of the last hour of radio with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So let's go to Lance checking in from Naperville. Lance, ahoy.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, we're not going to tell you if you're right or wrong until the end. Here are the questions. Question number one. What song did Brian dance to on TikTok?
Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
What song was Kenzie's husband not allowed to play as a DJ at high school dances?
So I know it's a Nirvana song. I'm just going to throw in a guess because I can't remember which one. About a Girl.
And what movie did Brian spoil this morning?
Bad Boys.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. Those are not right answers, buddy. But Lance...
We can't say what was right, what was
I
wrong.
know.
We can't do it.
I know, Lance. Well, you have a great day. I'm sorry about that. Let's go to Jordan in Brookfield. There's a zoo there, by the way.
There is.
Pertaining to yesterday's conversation you can find on the podcast. Okay. Jordan, same questions. Here we go. What song...
Okay, can I say...
Oh, go ahead, Jordan.
Can I just say them really, really quick? Because I'm actually at work right now, so I have to kind of hurry.
I love her.
Okay, say the answers real quick. Go.
Go.
First one is Hit Me Baby One More Time, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and then Boys in the Hood.
There you go.
Boom, baby.
Boom, baby. You're going.
She's named appropriately.
Thank you so much. I have to go, but thank you.
Oh, my God. You're going, and you're going to meet the 1975. I'm trying to be quick, okay?
She's quicker than you. She's gone.
Oh, damn. Never had anybody do that before.
That's amazing.
And that's how we appreciate you guys. We love you guys so much that you're willing to risk employment to play along with our
she
games.
may lose her job. She's a little concerned.
What do you think she does for a living?
Oh, so something... I almost want to say retail. Like, it seems like there'd be a line.
So it's 8:10. I mean, maybe she got to fold something at retail. Or
a waitress at a breakfast restaurant.
Oh.
Slammed.
Okay.
Starbucks barista? Forget about it.
Got Grand Slam breakfast, man. People want
Could you imagine? You're like, I placed my order hours ago for this coffee.
I know, but I'm trying to beat the 1975. Just hang on. I'll get your coffee in a second. Hold on. Congratulations, Jordan. But remember, now everybody stay here. Coming up at 8:20, a few minutes away, more tickets to the 1975 at the Allstate Arena with Q101 and Brian and Kenzie.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Ticket Blitz Thursday has begun. So just text the word shuttlecock to 312-591-80.
One word, by the way. That is one word.
312-591-8300. Text that for tickets to the 1975 this Sunday at the Allstate Arena. I know you've got already a few wrong ones, Kenzie. Like, is it 2 words? Or people don't put an emoji with it either for fun.
Yeah, you can't add an emoji because the system just doesn't pick up on that. And a lot of people are spelling it S-C-H. It is S-H.
Shuttlecock.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shuttlecock.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate the emojis. It's fun.
I get it.
Yeah, it's fun. But don't do it here.
And you can't just text me a picture of a shuttlecock. It doesn't. The system is not picking. I'm not manually like, okay, Amanda. Like, I'm not doing that. It's a computer thing.
We don't have AI here. So
No.
you got to be exact if you want to get a chance in there. We want everybody to have a chance. So Shuttlecock, 312-591-8300.
Shuttlecock.
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 One word. Just go ahead and do that. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So you may have seen this come across your timeline. It's a list that a bunch of women made about places men shouldn't take them on a first date. And there's about 28 places on here or ideas all the way through. Case, the producer, found this. And a lot of it starts off with some chain restaurant places. Like, for example, the Cheesecake Factory is number one on the list. I don't know if it's ranked.
Slaps. I love the Cheesecake Factory.
I don't get that either. I mean, I would love it. They used to have something called the mashed potato omelet, and they don't have it anymore. I don't know why, probably because it causes heart attacks, but I used to eat it every night.
That seems like a weird thing to order on the first date. I can't lie. I think it's more about the order on the first date, a mashed potato omelet.
Never heard that before, right? They shoved mashed potatoes in an omelet with bacon, and they got rid of it, and I complained to the company. I actually was a Karen and went there and complained that this is your menu item. You ever been to Cheesecake Factory? There's like 17 pages to choose from of things.
I love it. I love going to a restaurant and having an entire book.
Yeah.
And it's just exciting because you don't know. It's like a new chapter. What's on the next page?
Yeah.
What am I able to get here?
I was like, what a-hole said that, we got to get rid of the mashed potato omelet?
I love the one on Michigan.
Hancock Building there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like cheese inside.
In fact, for Case's birthday last year, I believe that's where we took him. Is that
Really?
right?
Well, we did go to the Cheesecake Factory. It wasn't last year, and it wasn't for my birthday, but we did once go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Was it in celebration of you for something?
I graduated college.
Oh, yeah.
This was like 3 years ago.
Okay, I remember though.
Sorry to get nitpicky, but it wasn't for my birthday. You didn't get me a birthday present.
I did get Cajun Chicken Littles though.
Oh, that's right.
You're in February. What are you, 11th?
12th, Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
Got it. On a tape.
So anyway, this list already is flawed, right? We'll put the Cheesecake Factory up there. I mean, they put Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden. So I don't know.
Sounds like a list of places I want to go.
See, now, Kenzie, you're breaking the mold here. This is a group of women that decided these are not places for first dates.
It's not true.
You don't think it's true?
I think that social media is having an unhealthy influence on people, but it's not. These are probably like 15-year-olds. Like, you know what? I wouldn't want. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? Nobody cares. I think people want to be considered. I like if a guy comes and picks me up, takes me on a date, and it's a thoughtful date. You may really like one of these places. You may have to, maybe you have to go to Chipotle because you're going to a movie and you have a smaller time frame or something. There's reasons why you would pick different choices, right? And like the movies being on here, movies is great. It is great to go to the movies first if it's a first date and then go to dinner just because if it is awkward, at least there's something to talk about.
Yeah,
it's great.
That's why concerts, when we don't have to talk the whole night, or a movie is a good first date, I guess. I don't even think about movies anymore. Well, I don't think about first dates anymore. I've been married for 2.5 years and together with
stupid sports events. My husband and I ended up dating at a Cubs game. So like that bowling.
It wasn't a first date though, was it?
So we were friends and we just ended up dating at the game. So I don't know, whatever.
What was the first thing you did as friends?
We were complete strangers and we worked at the same company, and I was so annoyed because he was really good friends with my boss, and they were like, hey, will you take her out and show her the town? I'm like, I don't want to be taken out to the town. Like, I didn't want to do that at all. And I'm like, well, that's going to come across as negative. And I didn't want to have to go impress my boss's friend at all. I was not interested in that. And I don't think he was interested in the scenario either. He's like, okay, sure. Because we went to Columbus Tap. It's a hotel bar. He took me nowhere cool or swanky, but we ended up getting wasted and having a blast. He broke a vase on accident on our table. We had so much fun. We both agreed because I tried to cancel on him. I really didn't want to do it. Yeah. So I said yes to my boss, but I tried to say no to him. And he was like, I already drove downtown, so I didn't realize he didn't live downtown.
I just drove
an hour and a half, so I'd really like if we didn't cancel and try to do that. I'm like, fine. So, he's like, listen, we'll do one drink. It'll take 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay. And then we were like, I'm going to be late for work. We stayed out all night. We had so much fun. But
That's funny to hear from you because you don't talk about getting, like, I talk about it, obviously, but you don't talk about getting wasted that often.
And by wasted, I mean I had 2 drinks, just so you know, but I got sloshed. I had so much fun.
I mean, the funny thing is me and Megan on our first date, same thing. We set up for we met on Match, and then we met up to go to a restaurant, but she would say this in the story now that I said, hey, at the time when I met her in Philadelphia, when I was exiled from Chicago for a while, I was working at a sports talk radio station for the Eagles and the Phillies. And I said to her, she thinks I said something like, I can maybe get you some Eagles tickets. I don't remember putting that in any kind of post, and I've deleted my account since then, so I can't retract the exact verbiage I used. But she claims I said that I get you some Eagles tickets.
I bet you did. You sound like that.
But she had no clue who I was. So it wasn't like she was a radio or listening to the fans. She had no clue who I was.
The only ones I agree with on this whole list, there's 28, by the way.
Yeah.
The only ones I agree with are, let me see, a family function being a first date.
Oh.
I don't think I'd want to meet your mom and your dad and your cousins, and we've never gone on a date. So probably not. I mean, maybe when you're in high school, right? Because
Yeah.
you're having a party and you go over. I think another one that's kind of odd is the gym being the first date.
That's weird.
I used to go
Who's doing that?
Yeah, that's okay, fine. That's odd. But the rest are just restaurants and stuff, and that's personal. That's just personal taste. Like IHOP is on here. Well, if you love some damn pancakes, okay, flip it up. I don't.
Well,
so I wouldn't go on the date, but there's nothing wrong with that.
There is one on there that's not that. Is somewhere that requires a long drive. Case pointed that one out, too, and thought that was hilarious that's on there. Anywhere that requires a long drive is not good for a first date.
Maybe it's a safety thing. I don't know if a girl doesn't, like, be careful. Don't, like, have him, like, oh, yeah, I'm driving you to a really nice restaurant 4 hours away, and then you end up in a basement, maybe.
To be clear, if I was a woman, I also would not want to be somewhere where I have to be on a quote-unquote long drive with somebody I don't know. The audacity to put that on the list, that you don't want to be cramped up in the car for a long time, I found to be very funny.
The only thing, like, maybe safety, maybe, but like ice cream, coffee house. Why? Why can't you?
I know.
You can't go get ice cream?
Here's the thing about the car thing, by the way. Tell me somebody that goes on a first date today where you're picked up in a car. Most women want to meet you at the place you're talking
also
about.
Also a safety thing.
Yeah, I agree.
think that that's smart. I do.
Yeah.
But you know, this is the problem, is that we make up rules about really stupid things. Like, oh, we took you to Olive Garden. What a piece of crap. No, trust me. Trust me, you can go to Maple and Ash and you can be a piece of crap. I promise you.
Yeah.
The splurging, it's genuinely in these scenarios, it's about the thought. Was someone really excited? Did they bring you flowers? Did they want to take you out to dinner? Did they want to plan something fun afterwards? It is not about, I was willing to spend this amount of money. That does not equate to kindness and husband material. It doesn't.
I will say the opposite. Don't do that. Boy, I have PTSD. Some girl on Bumble, I think it was, I want to go to the Capitol Grill for a first date, and I'm an idiot. I caved into it. And with 3 seconds. Well, she said, I said, yeah. And then 3 seconds in.
Brian, better put out. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't recall saying that.
I'm sure.
I might have thought it. But 20 seconds in, I knew I didn't want to spend any time with this person. And we sat down and she ordered martini after martini and steak. I mean, I wanted the steak. I said, I'm getting a steak, even though I don't like this girl.
Well, you're at Capitol Grill. What are you going to get?
And it was like a $370 bill for someone I never wanted to see again. My dad laughed at me. I told my dad about it. I called up. He laughed. One of the biggest laughs I ever heard my dad do. He didn't laugh that much. So, anyway.
I mean, listen, you can force things all you want. You can have rules about height and certain amounts of money and where the first date has it. You can put together this list. And then what's going to happen is you're just going to stumble into something and it's an accident. You will meet them at a Chipotle in line and you get the same thing and you think someone's cute and you end up sitting down. You can't force life so much like this. Now, if
don't be hating on Chipotle, but not you, but the women on this. Chipotle's delicious.
Yeah, and listen, if a man asks you out, it's like your anniversary and you were kind of bummed out because you thought, again, it's about the effort and the thought. So if you felt like you got brought to one of these places and for him, you know that's him being really lazy, not putting in effort, that's different. It's not about the place. It's about like the intention behind it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, let's check in with Jen here in Arlington Heights. Jen, ahoy. What's going on?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Doing amazing.
Good. Oh, and Kenzie, I was the one that wrote you guys about the Audubon in New Orleans, too, yesterday.
Oh,
So
thank you. She dropped some info on us yesterday.
Oh, what was it about exactly? The Autobahn in New Orleans?
Because they had like the art hallway was painted because he was famous for doing bird paintings.
Oh yeah, the guy we talked about with the
Yes.
Chicago Autobahn
Yes.
Society is canceled now.
Good at painting, bad with the whole racism and equality.
Yeah, you like birds though.
Yeah, like birds.
Anyway, what's your story, Jen, about first date stuff?
Yeah, the first date. Okay, so one of them, and I was not young. I was in my 40s, probably 30s, maybe. But I was on a first date downtown Chicago because that's where I worked for a long time. And I was going to meet this guy, and he rolled up on his skateboard.
Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then, so I didn't get a ride with him. But anyway, so he was going to take me to a place called Wendy's.
Not Wendy's. You said Wendy's?
What I thought I heard him say was a place called Wendy's. But it turned into, I was like, where is this Wendy's place? I've worked downtown for this long. I've never heard of it. I was like, wow, this is a new restaurant I never heard of. And then we were walking and skateboarding next to me, and I was just like, oh, Wendy's, I got it now. So that was my first date with this guy. And we had to pay separately.
Oh.
And then he went into showing me video footage of how cool it was that he and his buddies were riding skateboarders towards their skateboards towards oncoming traffic. So that was like the first and last time I tried to make that quote-unquote date as best as I could. And
well, listen,
that just sounds awful for many reasons.
Well, first off,
I'm not going
Wendy's.
to blame Wendy's for that.
Do not blame Wendy's. The Baconator is an amazing sandwich.
I know they weren't responsible for his behavior.
Listen, Wendy, that part sounds fine. I get it if he starts going through his skateboard videos. Maybe that got a little bit, I don't need to see you doing a double fakie anymore.
I know, guy sounds cool as hell.
Yeah, Case wants to date this guy.
He sounds awesome.
Restaurant. Oh, Jesus. The only restaurant that I would be like, no thank you. There's probably girls that'd be fine with this. But if it was a first date, or really any date, and you tried to take me to like a male pleasure-based restaurant, like a Hooters or a Twin Peaks.
A male pleasure-based restaurant?
That's what I say. Yeah. Twin Peaks was not built for me, honey bunny. Okay, I'm just going to say that.
Does Twin Peaks still exist?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh,
jeez,
wow.
Case is on it.
I don't need to see your stamp card.
Do you have one of those things where like 9 meals, they punch hole and the 10th one's free?
They know me when I roll up.
Damn.
On your skateboard.
Yeah, with my homies.
Big tippers.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Sublime. And we're sending that out to Jen in Arlington Heights, the first date she had with the skateboard dude. I'm sure he likes that song. In Case wants to date that guy, so Jen, if you can call back and give Case his number still if you have it. Sounds like an awesome guy showing skateboarding videos of them going into traffic on a first date at a Wendy's.
I can't imagine a better first date. Every second of my life, I just want to watch skateboard videos. If I could have a guy bring those to me, oh my God.
Well, Jen moved on to somebody more special, apparently. So we also mentioned Twin Peaks, as Kenzie said, any of those male pleasure restaurants.
That would be the only thing that would annoy me, to my core for a first date. Like, no, I really wouldn't like to stare at other female bodies when we're getting to know each other.
Would you go on a fifth date to a Twin Peaks?
No, like my husband wouldn't be allowed to go to one. I would kill him with or without me.
I mean,
here's the thing.
That seems rational.
Don't hold back.
He wouldn't even dare. We could be starving on a desert island, and the only thing that's built there is a Hooters, and he'd be like, nope. We'll just try to fish over here.
Guess I'll chew on the sand for a little bit.
Yep.
So it's the island in what was the Tom Hanks Castaway? There's a Hooters on that island.
I guess you're gonna die, aren't you?
He didn't know because he didn't walk to the other side.
We gotta order delivery.
By the way, quick reference point. There is a Twin Peaks in Oak Brook Terrace that opens at 11 a.m. today. Warrenville, Illinois, and Cherville in Indiana. So they're out there.
I think I'm doing an appearance at that Oak Brook one. You can catch me from 11 to 1 this afternoon. I'd be more than happy to go down there.
No talent fee for Case on that one.
No, the talent fee is all mine. It's the money I'm going to spend there.
Speaking of Hooters.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of Hooters, Kenzie, I got to mention this. We had a meeting yesterday, like a company meeting that we have like every quarter. We call it a quarterly meeting.
It's a quarterly meeting.
Quarterly meeting.
We have these meetings we have every quarter?
Every quarter, they're called the quarterly meeting. And they got Hooters for the food, which was awesome. And so they had the chicken.
Really appropriate work environment.
It was fine. It was delicious. I was glad for it. I don't want something that's like, Panera. I want Hooters.
Why? I love Panera.
Not Hooters is better.
What? Stop saying that. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, the
You
restaurant.
keep saying over and over again that you love Hooters, and it's making me.
Okay.
You're like the guy who goes and orders some breasts. It's like, okay.
Okay, the Orange restaurant is better than Panera. In my opinion, it is. Anyway,
Brian really is like Michael Scott going to Hooters, where he's
He
like, "I'll
is.
take a chicken breast, hold the chicken."
Look at him. This is a genuine laugh. He's like, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
He's like, "Oh my god, I gotta write that down."
How have I not said this?
I was trying to find the bit on TV so we can watch TV on the radio again. But anyway, we had that, and I walked out, and there was a lot of trays left. Is this wrong? I took an entire tray.
No, it is wrong because I was hoping I'd be able to heat up some food when I got to work today.
You don't like it, I thought. You don't like Hooters. Or
I
the
said
Orange
we're not
restaurant.
going to Hooters.
Hooters.
That's what I said. You know what's funny? When I was a kid, we used to pass one all the time. And I'm like, what is that? Because there's a big owl outside. And my mom kind of explained to me, and then that it was the female body part. I don't know why she decided to tell me that because I was like 6.
Hey, you gotta learn
I
sometime.
accidentally kept calling it udders for a super long time.
Now, what's more offensive, if they called it Udders or Hooters?
I don't. Neither are offensive. It's just like I don't want to go.
Damn it. Well, sorry I took all of the Udders for you that should have been in the fridge. It's all at home. I took the whole damn thing home. I'll put it in the air fryer today, and that's a good lunch.
That's good. You need a tray. Nobody else needs any. Brian.
Well, there was no one around. I thought I was going to go to waste. They're going to throw it away.
King of the castle.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And every morning around this time, Gil Curtis comes in with your headlines, or at least what he thinks is important.
This is not headline news. Kurt Cobain's daughter recently married Tony Hawk's son. After returning from their honeymoon, the couple will make plans on how to spend their father's money. 40% of West Virginia is obese. A reminder to us all that varmint is fattening. New Google software lets you add smiles to people's faces. Challenge accepted, responded Kristen Stewart. A new study says listening to your favorite music can relieve pain. Obviously, the study did not include fans of The Cure. Hey. And studies have found that eating cheese with wine makes the wine taste better. Cutting the cheese with wine, not so much. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.